presentation. Subject will be the paradox of the consumer behavior regarding sustainability. Brief introduction about Clairefontaine, who we are, statement and challenges, sustainability translated in our operation, and a brief conclusion. So, Clairefontaine is a family-owned business, established since 165 years. We reach a level of 689 million euro turnover for about 3,611 people. We are very driven by sustainability and certification because environment process are key for us. Just to give you an outline of who we are, we have approximately 4 mills and 22 transforming companies. Since we are fully integrated, we treat everything after pulp. So all the finished goods are handled within our factories. I just want to give you a slight view of what's a factory like. So I think what is very interesting in this presentation is to give a size scale about what does a factory looks like. Now, what's the paradox into production, sustainability and consumer? Major part of the problem relate to distribution and access to market. True axe of distinction is between direct distribution and indirect distribution. We have many factors that get into the loop when it becomes about speaking about sustainability. There will be transport, tax, standard of living of the country, exposure to the environment constraint. It's like Australia will respond differently to, let's say, sustainable products than other markets, because they are more exposed to climate issues. There's also a true difference between direct distribution, and when I'm speaking about direct distribution is that there's no third parties involved in the distribution. Like when a brand is handling the distribution on a network, it has a major impact because the penetration of the brand is much stronger. Whereas when we go on an indirect distribution network, then the brand is selling to a third party, which is an importer or a distributor who resell to retailers, so the exposure of the products are much limited. When we have those circumstances, for many brands, the difficulties is the level of representativity that the products will have on the market. So it means that it's a dynamic factor which is driven by flow and balance of power, where online social media and influencers has a significant impact on the scenario of discussion. So sustainability is mostly a matter of efforts and investments. I will bring you to the study case of one of our factory, which is called Everbal Mill. Everbal Mill is a 100% sustainable recycled product. We produce approximately 50,000 tons of paper, and just to give you an idea of what sustainability means for a company like Clairefontaine, over the, let's say, mostly last decade, it's 25 million euro investment. And those investments are biomass boiler, for example, which enable us to reduce about 20,000 tons of carbon with local wood supply. We also have rebuilt the complete line, which enable to increase the capacity and reduce the consumption of steam and electricity. Overall, the recycle process, we managed to reach a 94% of efficiency. So it means that out of 106 tons of paper treated, we managed to reprocess 100 tons of paper. All the wasted are reused. So the mud goes into agriculture, for example. The fact that to use the biomass today enable us to save per ton about 1,650 kilos of carbon. So over a year, it's 82.5 tons saved. So the global environment process is about how to save on water also, where we divided the consumption of water times 3 in the last 10 years. So the translation into products is that all those efforts bring to offer and deliver 100% recycled products. The major constraint that consumers were having was none of the products in recycle were on the white paper. So we managed to bring a superior natural whiteness paper that will be delivered on the market within 2022. Part of the process is also related to consumption, and lots of consumers are now going to polypro covers. So we went into the idea of raising the polypro recycled cover to make a gesture for the planet. So as a conclusion for sustainability, it's really driven by factors. If down the line you get influencers, let's say Oprah Winfrey, that will start to speak about sustainability, it will drive lots of consumer attention onto the products, which will create demand, and demand will raise prescription to retail. Retail will go to the brand and buy. Major constraint is that today, retailers have a responsibility within the process of sales regarding sustainability. It's to give visibility and exposure to products, which is kind down the line on a slow move today, depending on the areas, because recycled products are more expensive than the prime production products. So only with efforts consumer will get into the recycled products. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Francois. Thank you so much. I think we do have a few minutes for your questions. Any questions on sustainability and the consumer behavior on that? Any questions? Yes, please. Can we get a mic, please?
Yeah, go ahead. We have 4 plants. One is in Holland, and the others are in France. Yes.
There you go.
You mean to bring a factory and to produce locally?
Yes, yes.
The challenge about production is based about consolidation. So getting a factory close to your market where you have a volume impact makes sense. I doubt there will be ever a factory on a local base for a brand like us, because in terms of operation, just to give you an idea of the size scale of an investment, just a machine is about 350 million euro. So the payback time of a machine is huge.
Last question. How much you think the difference between the trader material compared to the commercially wise within the sustainable one?
What do you mean between by?
I mean the cost.
Oh, the cost impact. I would probably say about 20 to 25%. The cost of operation of a sustainable product, when it's fully recycled, is significantly more expensive. So that's where it's kind of a constraint, where everyone has a piece of responsibility within the process. Like brands are investing into recycle because it's good for the planet. Retailers do promote recycle because they believe in it, and consumer buys, like for a fragment, they buy it because it's a positive meaning, a kind of act they are doing for the planet. So all those chain of value has, let's say, the down part is that everyone pay more. So yeah, costs really depend. Like speaking about sustainability is good into a high standard living country. Like if you go into poor countries, it's no need about speaking about sustainability.
Yeah.